Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina wa Habibina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to these short reflections on openings from isolation. We've now reached the midpoint of Ramadan. May Allah allow us to see through this Ramadan with the best of deeds and the best of intentions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given us His rahmah and His maghfirah and saved us from the hellfire, inshaAllah. When describing Siyam in this beautiful month, Allah describes it as ayyaman ma'dudat, just a few numbered days, i.e. a short time. You know, a month might seem like a long time when you're undertaking fasting. I've been fasting now for 20 years, Alhamdulillah, and each Ramadan you get to the end and you think, Subhanallah, you know, that went so quickly. But also there's a slight regret in the heart of, I probably could have done more, and I wished I'd done extra in that month. Ayyaman ma'dudat, they always go very, very quickly. So that lethargy, that hunger, that strive, you know, push through it, inshallah, through this mid part of Ramadan. And we go into the last 10 days where we hopefully are reaching those higher levels of fasting. Time is really important. The Prophet ﷺ said there are two ni'mas, there are two blessings which people often lose. As-sihhatu wal-faragh, good health and time. Free time to be able to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are two ni'mas that many people lose, and you know, you take for granted these blessings. Saying that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma, he said that the most regret he ever had was when he went through a day and the sun set, his ajal, his lifespan decreased, but his good deeds didn't increase. This was the biggest regret he had. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by time. He says, Wal asr, innal insana lafi khusr. He swears by asr. Asr is time. Obviously we know it is the prayer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَحَافِظُوا عَلَى الصَّلَوَاتِ وَالصَّلَاةِ الْوُسْطَى. Be protective of your prayers. حَافِظُوا عَلَى الصَّلَوَاتِ وَالصَّلَاةِ الْوُسْطَى. And this middle prayer, i.e., most of the Mufassirin say it's the Asr prayer, right, in the afternoon, because the Asr prayer is in the flow of the day. The dunya is at its peak, and sometimes it can be a prayer that people neglect. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He says Wal Asr, it can mean time, it can mean the prayer itself, it can mean the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's lots of meanings, but innal insana lafi khusr, that indeed human beings are in an inevitable loss, right? Time is going on, we're losing time, there's something that we can't stop, and so people are at a loss. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those who believe and do righteous acts, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and they enjoin one another in the truth and enjoin one another in patience. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal radiallahu anhu said, if this was the only thing to be revealed, this would be enough for him. There's so much in these verses. So my question to myself and to all of you is, what are we doing with our time? Are we enjoining each other on the truth and enjoining each other with patience? We're in isolation, we're in lockdown, but are we still reaching out to one another? Are we still spreading that truth? Are we still sharing things of benefit? Are we still trying to think of those people who might be struggling in this month and giving them a phone call, giving them a Zoom link? You know, are we enjoining good, enjoining truth, enjoining sabr with these people? I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He blesses us in our time, in these ayyaman ma'dudat, these just very few days that we have in Ramadan. We're already halfway there. This will be a Ramadan that you will remember. You know, in these key times of history, And inshallah, may Allah give us long lives with good deeds. And we'll be looking back and speaking to our grandkids about this time, the coronavirus, and there was a lockdown, we were in isolation, and it was Ramadan. And we will remember very vividly these times. And is it going to be a time of depression and it's so difficult and we couldn't do anything? Or is it going to be a time of tajdeed, of renewal of the soul, of a time when you built back your family, and a time when you got back to the study of the deen, in a time when you managed to focus on your siyam to a point where you felt you were connected with the Quran, you were connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have a think about that with these last 2 weeks of Ramadan. May Allah bless it for you and for all of us, inshaAllah. Wa jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.